Homestead Homies? This is Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and I'm Stacy, and today we're going to make fermented salsa. Alright, so today I have been cutting up lots of peppers and lots of tomatoes and lots of onions and lots of jalapenos and lots of garlic, and this is all I have left of my garden that I have in my garden. I've been replanting it, but it's not coming up fast enough, so that's all I got left. So normally when I would do my salsa, I would put a lot more in it, but I had to kind of ration it this time. So I just wanted to bring you guys along on my last few that I'm going to do right now until I can get more produce from the garden. But what I'm going to do first is go ahead and put it all into my little chopper here. So you guys, if you have your blender or you know, whatever you do to chop up, or food processor, you know, you can utilize that. But I'm going to use this. I've already put in 2 small tomatoes in there. And I'm going to put in 2 jalapenos and 2 garlic cloves. All right. And then my cilantro. Usually I like to use like a half a cup. I love cilantro, but it just depends on your taste. If you don't like cilantro, you're going to have to put that in there. And then my tomatoes. And I have to tell you guys, they had sent us a knife, the bluekeyworld.com, and I love this knife. It really is. I can really hold it good, and I have never had a knife that I can hold this good, and it just is comfortable, and it cuts so smooth and so sharp. I love it. So we will link that below if you guys are interested in looking into one. So I'm just going to put my tomatoes, and I'm going to put in my little container here, I'm going to probably put about 4 tomatoes in. All right? Because they cut up very quickly. I'll do one more. I'm taking a tomato juice bath. All right? So I'm going to put that in there. And I think I'm going to chop it up a little bit before I put in my next few things. So I'm going to chop this up, and then I can fit the rest of my stuff in there. Now, I had a couple of my peppers that were huge that I had forgot to get, and they grew a little bit too big. So this is actually 1 whole pepper. Big pepper. So if you have 2 small peppers, you can put peppers in. I like a lot of pepper, so I put a lot of pepper in mine. But you don't have to. You know, that's the cool thing about salsa. You know, you can utilize and put your own salsa recipe, but I'm just going to ferment this. And then I'm going to go ahead and put I'm going to put a whole onion in there. All right. And then I'm going to put about a teaspoon of cumin in there. All right. And then I'm going to squeeze about half of a lime in there. I'm running low. This is almost a half a lime, but I'm going to squeeze half a lime in there. And then I'm going to put about a tablespoon and a half in here of salt. Unrefined salt. Okay, you want unrefined salt. And then I'm going to chop this up again. And then I'll get ready to bottle it in a second. So, did you guys enjoy watching the LeGrands coming to our house? It's pretty cool. It was really neat to have them come and kind of experience all these things. Alright, and then when this is all chopped up, I get a good workout too. Now actually this thing is really, really easy. I get so much use out of it. I use this thing for lots of things. A little hand chopper. Got it at the Amish store. Alright. Oops, I have a few big pieces left in there. And then I'll bottle it. Okay. And as you can see, it already has its own liquid. So when we pour it in our glasses, it's just ready to go. And I'm going to ferment this put it somewhere for at about, room temperature for anywhere from, 3 to 7 days. There's my lid. That tomato doesn't want to chop up. Let's try that again. Get my lid. One more time. Because tonight, when I'm done here, Doug and I are going to have taco night again. Because of all this wonderful produce from the garden. The tomatoes and the peppers and the onions. Zucchini. Alright, so I'm going to get my pint jars. You want to bottle it in quart, you can. Just going to pour it in there, making sure I have a little head space. Make sure I get a lot of gunk in there. So I got to make sure that I have room about an inch at the top so that I can, so that when it ferments it doesn't overflow too much. A little bit more in there. I'm going to put the lid on it, wipe off the top, and then I'm going to set it here for, I'm going to watch it because it's going to start to kind of bubble a little bit and ferment, and maybe 3-4 days it'll probably be done. Here, because we don't have air conditioning, it does ferment quicker. And if you have a house that's warmer, you will notice it will ferment quicker. But watch it especially your first, second circuit, because when they start fermenting, they get going. So you want to watch it and you want to burp it. Definitely burp it. Let me get this last one in there. Okay. So wipe this one up and I'll show you guys. All right, so as it's sitting here and you're watching it every day, and I like to put mine somewhere where I can see them all the time, because half the time if I don't, I'll forget about them, and then they'll get too much pressure in the can. So if you're using canning jars, because you can use a Fido jar or airlock where you don't have to worry about this, but a lot of times I ferment so much I don't have access to all those kind of jars. So I like to use these. So just watch them, and you just turn it gently to let the air out, and it'll go and go out very slowly. Don't turn it too quick or else it'll explode and you'll have a lot of liquid everywhere. So just turn it very slowly till all the air's gone, and then you can just do it, over the next couple days and just watch it. And then when it's generally done fermenting and like bubbling and making the hissing sound, then it's pretty much done. So, anywhere from 3 to 7 days, depending on the temperature in your house. And then when you're done, you just put it in an ice box. And it'll last forever. If you have a root cellar, not last forever, it'll last about 6 months in your ice box or a root cellar, and then you can utilize it. And so whenever you want to have chips and salsa, or if you want to have, use it. I use a lot of my salsa when I'm making my actual taco meat, so I don't use any of any of the different kinds of like packets of seasoning, because it is loaded with MSGs and different things, yeast extract and stuff. So I try to go ahead and make my own, and I use my salsa usually when I'm doing my meat too. So if you guys want to try it, give it a try. Fermented salsa, it's great, and we're having taco night tonight. So this is Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and I will see you guys later. See ya.
Put the sun oven out here not that long ago, and it's already at 150 degrees on a cloudy day.